y'all, how's it going? And welcome to a very special session of Writers Wednesday. Because my birthday is towards the end of August, I am always very surprised when September comes around. Also, I just turned 26, yay. Happy birthday to me. I have another video that I'm very excited that is going to be coming up soon where I do a little celebration for my birthday, but that'll come a little later. So you're thinking to yourself, it's only the beginning of September, so why are you prepping for Preptober already? It's because I am doing Preptober in September and we are calling it Preptober, or we're calling it Preptober in September. Either way, whichever works. A few years ago, I got a big poster and I basically just wrote down all of the different goals that I had for Preptober. Things that I felt like I needed to organize so that NaNoWriMo that year would work out well. And I really enjoyed doing it, and I felt like it was kind of nice to see something just like on my wall that I could always look at, kind of be reminded of my goals. Being somebody who has combined type ADHD, it's nice to have things just kind of like right in front of your face to give you that reminder, because guarantee you're going to forget. Oh, what's on my shoulder here? What's so tasty on my shoulder, huh? I love you. So today we are going to be writing down all of the goals for Preptober or Preptember, however you want to say it. I just feel like whenever I do NaNoWriMo, the holidays come up. I'm always way too busy during Thanksgiving and doing a bunch of other things. During November, I'm also a big part of planning my sister's baby shower. I'm going out of town for Thanksgiving. It's a lot of stuff. So I decided that it would probably be better just to do it a month before. So I had a decision to make. Basically, my decision was for NaNoWriMo or for OctNoWriMo. OctNoWriMo. I had to make a decision if I wanted to start a brand new project or if I wanted to continue on the project that I have been for a little while. So full disclosure, I feel that I have not been as successful with a lot of my writing goals as I would like to be. I have finished an entire series. For the first book of the trilogy, I have finished up the second draft of the first book, still getting it queried, still getting all of the edits and a lot of the plot holes situated. And I do really love that trilogy, but I kind of came to terms with the fact that I didn't want it to be my first book. I didn't want it to be my first published work, but I realized I didn't want that to be the first book that I published, and I wanted something different to be my debut novel, something that was a little bit more to the point, a singular story, which also went along the same genre, so it would be a science fiction. So that's what I have been working on for a while. I don't know why, but a lot of people call their stories project whatever. I would love some insight of why that is. I have never been told why people call their books project something. Literally everyone does it on the internet except for me. Is it because they don't want their title stolen? Is it because they're still trying to figure out a title? For anybody who writes books and uses that form of titling their books when they are talking about it online, I would love some insight of why that is. And I understand that the point of NaNoWriMo, or in this case NaNoWriMo in October for me, I understand that the point is to try and start a new project to give you that push that you need to actually get it down on paper. But the thing is, I feel like for me personally, that's one of the easiest parts of writing, is those first few chapters and putting together the plot and the outline. What I feel like has been the most difficult part for me is getting past the first draft. So because of that, I am going to stick to my guns and I am going to make NaNoWriMo more specific to what push I need. And the push I need is to finish the damn thing. So I'm gonna finish the book, and also I'm going to make this a part of the beginnings of getting into editing the second draft. So the word count might be a little bit wonky, but I think that I'm going to try and figure out a way that I can count that. But we will need to write down some goals first. You guys want some poster ASMR? All right, enough of that. First thing we're gonna need is a title, and we gotta get this sticker off. I'm not exactly sure why, but they never put the sticker on the really slick end of the poster, which you would think would be easier to get off. No, they had to do it on the part of the poster that is very rough, and also the part of the poster I want to write on, because I'm going to be highlighting this in pencil. Hi guys. I am fully expecting him to step on it several times. All right, we got the sticker off. Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't have like a good table that I could set this on, but I do have a wicker basket. Okay. Here's the wicker basket. Woohoo! We're getting somewhere. Having it long ways, because then I have more things to write on. Preptober. It literally almost looks like the word September, so I don't know why we don't do this in September. I don't know if I'm even focused. I'm never focused half of the time in my videos. I think that my camera is getting a bit old. I've had it for a while, and it's done so many great things for me, but it definitely is, for video at least, very much a point and shoot type of video camera, which I mean, I guess that's just how normal cameras are anyway. But I have so many other video cameras that I don't feel like getting a new one would be productive, because I just have so many of them. But also I feel like it would be overkill if I used my other video cameras, because they're made for like motion pictures, cinematic wedding stuff. And I literally can't see through my glasses right now because they're so blurry, like they're so foggy. I have never gotten used to that. Oh, excuse me, sir. If anybody has good glasses cleaner that they could tell me about, I would appreciate it. All right, that's as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna try and stay as close to the camera as I can, but we'll see what happens. Preptober in September. So I feel like I only have a handful of scenes left to write. Obviously, it's more so the rising action, the climax. I've written part of the end of the book. So I'm a pantser, and a lot of times I like writing the end of my book pretty early on so that I can have a clear vision of where I'm going. And then as I write, I kind of fill in the spaces. I think that one big thing that is important to write down is scenes to write. Oh my gosh, I almost made that as big as the title. And we're gonna make some check marks here. I'm gonna try and make these check marks vague for the sake of being able to share this online, but I'll know what they mean. To make this fun and boxy. You know, it'd be really great, Car, is if you could not blare your alarm while I am filming. That'd be really nice. I want to show you what I'm doing, but I feel like you guys really won't be able to see the pencil. I promise there will be a reveal, because I'm not planning on just putting this all in pencil. And I'm also talking through it, so hopefully that's enough. Okay, maybe I could not look like a boy with his hair slicked back. Whoa, I'm a woman again. One of the big scenes that I have not written yet is the monologue of the antagonist revealing the plan. So we're definitely gonna write that down. I also might be writing this totally slanted. It could be worse. Also need a clear flaw from love interest. Do you mind? I don't know if you guys can hear this random car just honking, and I don't know if this car is honking or if its alarm is going off. Very annoying. I feel like that always happens whenever you're doing videos. Whenever you are like, wow, it's a quiet, peaceful time to film my video, and then the minute you press record, everybody has something to say. From love interest, because the love interest right now is a little too perfect, and I need to make him more human. There's nothing wrong with being a great person, obviously, but I also want to make sure that this character development is realistic. I also am conflicted about something, and perhaps I can get some insight from some of you. This book is written in first person, but there is one situation, a single, like, either chapter or scene or time where I want to see other people's perspectives. So it wouldn't make sense for me to turn the entire thing into third person simply for that one scene, because I feel like we get a lot more insight from the main character with it being first person, and I rarely write first person, so this is like kind of a good exercise for me. But I am struggling because there is one scene where main character's not involved, but it's a lot of behind the scenes of what the side characters are doing. And I want to represent the side characters being supportive to the main character with her not knowing, but also if we are in her perspective, like she's not gonna know. So I don't know if I should just leave that as being something that should be explained in hindsight when she finds out about it, or if I should do a wonky chapter where it goes into first person, depending on whose perspective it is, to give more insight on the character. So basically for one whole chapter, all of the side characters are going to be in first person, and the main character is not going to be a part of it. That was my initial idea, but I know that's very risky, and generally people tell you to not do that. So I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just leave it alone. Maybe instead of scenes to write down, I can make another section where I decide on that. So I'm gonna write the scenes to write as if I am simply not going to include that scene and it's going to be hindsight, but the decision is not completely made yet. So far we have got 4 scenes that we definitely need to write, and I think that there are like 2 or 3 more scenes after this. So in total, there are really only 8 scenes that I need to write. So I'm getting very close. I don't think that the word count will be quite as needed for this project because obviously it's a project I'm already working on. All right, antagonist monologue, clear flaw from love interest. Oh, escape route. I love all of this trauma already. We've got a protagonist sacrifice, a procedure gone wrong, escape route after a parent death, rescue protagonist, and near death experience. Am I the only one that feels a little bit of joy when I give my characters trauma? Not because I enjoy hurting people, but because I know how good this will be for them. Or am I psychotic? I am probably psychotic. That's okay. I will accept that. Saving love interest. Protagonist sacrifice again. We'll call this scene the final battle, the reveal / epilogue. Okay, so it looks like I have 9 scenes, so I was close. I have 9 scenes left to write. And some of them are kind of comboed, like I did a / saving the love interest / protagonist sacrifice again. There's also the rescue protagonist / near-death experience. I feel like they kind of go in line, and then the reveal / epilogue. It's pretty closely related to each other. Let's call this one plot holes. Plot holes, because we know we got them. We're gonna make these bullet points because I feel like it's not really necessarily something I can just check off once I'm done with. It's gonna have to be something that I really think about and decide on. First, POV chapter with side characters. Yes or no? Something else I feel like I need to decide on is a flaw for love interest. Also need to figure out an antagonist motive, because I gave one of them a clear motive, but I didn't necessarily give the other one a clear motive yet. But in parentheses, I will write down some ideas. So my main character kind of has more of a connection with the sibling, and then my love interest has a little bit more of conflict with the parents as far as like tragedy goes. So I'm trying to figure out if I should go the parent route or the sibling route. I feel like I'm writing this a little too large. I might have made a mistake. I think that we can make this work. We still have a lot down here, and quite frankly, the actual goals that I am making with NaNoWriMo are going to be a lot different because I am already in the middle of writing this book. Let's look at some goals. We're gonna be fancy when we write this in. I would say word count total, so not what I am going to write here, but with everything that I've already written, plus what I am going to write. I feel like I could get this story to 70k words. What is 70,000 divided by 30?
70,000 divided by 30 is approximately 2,333.33.
So if I get to 70,000 words, the amount of words that I would have to edit each day in order to completely skim through the entire book for a second draft, then I would have to do 2,333 words, which sounds like a lot because it's more than what you would write in NaNoWriMo. However, editing is a lot different because you've already laid out the groundwork. I think it's a lot of work, but I don't think it's completely unreasonable. Who knows? It might be. It might be completely unreasonable. I think that what I'm going to say is that each day I should work on 2,333 words. Now, let's say that I want to rewrite something. Once I get to the point, let's say it's like day 2 and I am trying to redo some writing. So based on the words that I replace and write versus the stuff that I keep or exclude should still equal 2,333 words. So in some cases, there might be some days where I might be able to catch up and do a lot, and other days not so much. I do have one weekend in particular that is my sister-in-law's wedding, where I am not sure if I will be able to keep up with this completely. However, I'm thinking that towards the beginning of October, I could just potentially catch up in that way, inclusive of new edits and old edits combined. Okay, it's getting pretty late and I think I'm actually going to leave. The goal's a little more open. I have the entire month to prep and plan a lot of this stuff. Problem is you can never really guess how many words you need to write per scene, because depending on what scene it is, it could be a lot shorter or a lot longer than the other. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to attempt finishing book by October. Reverse NaNoWriMo! That's actually in October. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do what's best for me. So I can't have the AC on in this room when I do videos because it is way too loud and you aren't able to hear my voice. I'm still trying to find batteries for my microphone that I had eons ago. Oh, I miss that microphone so bad. So I am going to color this in, but I'm just gonna speed it up so that you don't have to listen to the audio and so I can turn on my AC.